All right, welcome everybody. I'm Rosie Gremmert for those of you that don't know me. And we are on eoLIFE Thursday Night Live. I'm super excited to share with you guys tonight about one of my favorite topics, about emotions and essential oils. And we're gonna cover a bunch of stuff. We set up these classes so that whether you're someone who hasn't learned anything ever about essential oils, or if you're a seasoned one of our oil junkies, you're going to get some good information. So the way the format goes is first I'll go through like the basics. We'll cover some essential oil safety, what essential oils are, then we'll dive into the topic and get into some fun stuff there. And then I'll also share with you, if you don't have an account, how you can get these oils, if that's something that you still need to do, and who to reach out to do that, right? So welcome, welcome, welcome. This, we have decided as a leadership team that we are going to reward those of you that show up live on Thursday night. So this is a super simple form, that little link in there. And anybody that enters in their email during the time that we're live, because it does a timestamp, right? Then we've got a bonus we're going to email out to you. So tonight it'll be some recipes that I talk about, some information about a Symphony of Cells protocol that is specifically for emotional support, and a couple other goodies too. So if you're live, fill out the form, and that's what gets you all the goodies in your email. Don't worry, we don't use it for anything else. It's just the simplest way that we could make it so that whoever's presenting, they're going to be able to get their goodies out to you, right? So, and it's a few other times in the slideshow too. So, all right, this is my big, wonderful, crazy family. And we actually have 3 other babies that aren't in here yet. And I'm sorry friends, but I might just have to pay attention to the chat at the very end. So you guys chat amongst yourselves and I'll look at it at the end, okay? Anyways, this was taken about 1.5 years ago, and we've had 1 other baby join the family and 2 others still on their way. So the reason why I show you this is because this is why I show up to teach. Like, we have a lot of stuff going on in our world right now. I'm grateful for you guys for showing up. I'm grateful for the normalcy that it can be just to still have our regular Thursday night class. And I'm also grateful for any of you that are purchasing doTERRA oils, either from me or from somebody else on my team, because as this has all unfolded, we have just realized we're so blessed. We are used to working virtually from our homes and meeting with people through Zoom meetings, and I'm super grateful that that was just kind of a part of my normal. And all these beautiful people are the reasons why I do what I do. Okay, so the goal of this class is for you to learn things about oils, learn ways to use your oils, and then if you don't already know how to get those oils in your hands. So 3 really cool things about essential oils, just keeping it super simple, is that they're safe, they're 100% natural, doTERRAs are pure, the plants use the essential oils for their own health benefits, and you can too. They are pure and potent. So for example, peppermint, 1 drop of peppermint is like 28 cups of peppermint tea. So if you've ever had some peppermint tea settle your tummy, look at what peppermint can do for you, right? They're also super effective. If you're a little nerdy and you want to put your nerd glasses on, you can write down to go to pubmed.gov. And on pubmed.gov, you can do your own research. You can just dig in and take a look at, for example, researching clove essential oil. There's even a couple studies up there with On Guard essential oil. This is where the government stores all of their viable studies, right? So go in there and dig around. So as you can see, essential oils actually penetrate this cell membrane. Our body thinks of it just like food, so it accepts it in a different way. One of the most popular blends that we have right now is our On Guard blend, because what it can do to help boost our immune system and to be able to help be protective. We use it in our sanitizing spray, we use it in cleaners, we diffuse it because that's helping protect all the surfaces in our home. So that's probably one you've heard about if you've been hanging around with us for very long. The next cool thing about essential oils is they're super affordable. I can't tell you how many times I've been able to navigate something that comes up in my home and be able to do it with just a few drops of essential oil. So basically they are pennies per drop, literally pennies per drop. So by the time that I pay my copay and I drive and I take the time even to go into an office, then many times I am way ahead of the game to be able to use my essential oils, even if it's taking 6 or 7 applications to get the results I want with my essential oils. So lavender, for example, many people know that it's calming and that it can be good for the skin, but did you know that it's actually also a natural antihistamine? One of the most favorite things that we use lavender for is put lemon and lavender and peppermint all together in a capsule, and it makes a natural antihistamine. I don't even know how much money we've saved over the years using this combination in our own family. And not only that, I'm not reliant on needing to be able to go to the store and get something. And I know what I'm putting in my body is natural. My body uses it just like plants instead of something that's synthetic or like a big gun. Now, if you've ever been to my classes, I'm not against the big guns. I came from a health and wellness background. I worked in hospice and respite for 23 years. And there are times when the big guns are needed, right? So I'm not anti-pharma, anti-medicine, anti-doctors. It's just 80% of what comes up in our lives, I can use essential oils for in our own home. So again, here's that little bonus giveaway for the live attendees. In case you jumped on late, this is just a way for us to be able to capture and be able to send you any of the handouts that are from tonight. I've got some fun recipes. I've got a Symphony of Cells protocol, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later. And this is the easiest way, since we have different presenters each week, to be able to make it so they can go in, they can find out who is live, who gets the bonus handouts, and to be able to send them all at the same time. So it's just a simple form, and we don't use your emails for anything else. It's just so we can send you the bonus giveaways for tonight. All right, so we went over the 3 cool things about essential oils, and there are 3 ways you can use them too. You can use them aromatically, so you can go ahead and put them in a diffuser. Here's the diffuser that's here on my desk. You can also simply take an essential oil bottle, open it up, and put a drop in the palm of your hand like this. Now, the reason why I'm showing you is because I can't tell you how many times someone's like, well, how do I use it aromatically? You literally just spread it out like this and then take a deep breath. In fact, if you have any essential oils around you right now, I would encourage you to pick up one of your essential oils and to do this. Make sure you take a deep breath and you feel your belly move forward, not necessarily your shoulders go up as you breathe in, right? And I'll tell you a little bit more about why this helps as we get into the emotional aspects, but just know the first way is aromatically. The second way we can use essential oils is topically. Now see this little bottle of fractionated coconut oil in the middle? The reason why that's there is to remind me to tell you, if you ever get anything on your skin that feels like it's too spicy, it's maybe getting hot and warm, then all you need to do is put some fractionated coconut oil over the top. And if it still feels a little bit warm, coconut oil over the top. And one of the great things about being connected with someone in our organization, in our eoLIFE team, who is helping you with essential oils, is they will teach you which ones always need to be diluted, which ones sometimes need to be diluted, and which ones it's okay for you to use them undiluted or neat, right? So these 2 blends that you can see here on the side, the Deep Blue and the Digestin, they are a couple of my favorites. These are blends, honestly, that I use almost on the daily. Deep Blue is for pain and inflammation, and Digestin it's for your digestion. So I use that one internally a lot. I have a gluten sensitivity, so anytime I get into something, I can just put a couple drops along with our digestive enzymes or Terrazymes, and I can navigate that gluten exposure a lot quicker than before having access to the Digestin and the Terrazyme. So the third way is internal. Now, doTERRA's essential oils, if you have some with you, if not, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to put the cap back on this first. You can see that this has a supplement facts label in it. This just happens to be a small bottle of wild orange. Wild orange usually comes in a 15 ml, like what you see pictured on the screen. And this supplement facts label means you can use this wild orange internally. Now, I don't have any oils next to me that are not internal use, but if you picked up a blend, like for example, the adaptive blend, which we'll talk about in a little bit, it doesn't have a supplements fact label on there, so that means you don't use it internally. The only other thing to remember is you can put it like under your tongue, you can put it in some water, or you can put them in these veggie caps. And if you're going to put it in water, use a glass water bottle first. Second best would be a metal container or metal water bottle, and then don't ever use plastic. Don't put your essential oils into a plastic water bottle. And again, this is something your essential oil expert is going to be able to help you with, so make sure you're navigating all that and using your oils safely. Okay, so now we're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to talk about stress and sleep and essential oils. So you can put this in the comments if you're watching on Facebook, or you can put it in the chat if you're here on the Zoom. And Zoomers, I hope you guys are kind of taking care of each other in the questions, because again, I can't see them when I'm presenting. So I'll get to questions at the end, okay? So on a scale of 1 to 10, and 0 means not at all, and 10 means it's kind of a big deal, and I know we've got a lot going on in our world right now. How often are you aware of being stressed in your daily life? So first put in a 0 to 10, and if, in the comments you can put like stressed, and then put whatever your number is, right? And then the next thing I want you to put in there is how concerned are you about the quantity and the quality of your sleep? Same kind of thing, put sleep, and then put between 0 and 10, wherever you fall in there, right? And then how frequently do your emotions feel difficult to manage appropriately? And even though we've got a lot going on right now, I want you to think about right now. What is it that you want right now in your day-to-day, right? So put emotions and then put 0 to 10. Just rank yourself in there. You know, and here's one thing that I am a Brené Brown fan. And I think that one of the best ways to work through things is just to pull them out of the darkness, right? Uncover them and not be concerned about what's somebody else going to think if I'm putting that, like right now, I'm feeling difficulty managing my emotions and I feel like I'm a 2. There's no shame in that. We are all humans in a skin suit, and we all have things, you know, like you wouldn't be listening to this class if there weren't things you wanted to work on, right? So just feel safe. This is a safe place to put how things really are going for you right now. So let's talk about the brain just a little bit. I love this side cutout because so many times I tell people, when you take an essential oil and you put it on your hand like this and you breathe it in, and then I try to explain that our olfactory nerves are wrapped right around the amygdala. They're like, because we think of our nose as being up here, and then we think of like our amygdala as being like way down in here, right? So look at this next picture too. This is the limbic system. So this, you can see the olfactory nerve is that green that's wrapping around. So if we go back here again, that's this kind of weird brownish red color that's there down at the brainstem, right? And you can see how your nasal cavity and then those olfactory nerves just wrap right up around that amygdala. So why is this important when we're talking about emotions and essential oils? Well, I'll tell you what. The essential oils are made up of natural chemical constituents. They're not made in a lab, well, at least not doTERRA's. All of the constituents that are in doTERRA's essential oils are 100% pure, and they're from plants. They're not, there's nothing added to them from a lab. And when you put it on your hand and you smell that aroma, you're actually having little teeny tiny molecules go up into your bloodstream. First of all, this is a known drug delivery method, right? Legal or illegal. This is a way that drugs can go into the system. So when you smell, all those little teeny tiny chemical constituents are going into your bloodstream. Now here's just a little note. Do you guys see how tiny that opening is for your essential oil bottle? This is the orifice reducer. If you open up a blend or an oil and you just go like this, You're only smelling the fastest rising or the smallest molecule constituents first. You're not getting the whole benefit of the essential oil, and you're not even getting the whole aroma. I can't tell you how many times somebody will open something up and go, oh, I don't like that smell. And that would be like if you were only smelling the onion in your soup instead of smelling the whole bouquet of your soup, right? You've got to get it out on your hand and be able to smell the whole thing. Sorry, a little sidetrack. Okay, so the other thing is when you're smelling these natural chemical constituents, they are then going through the olfactory system. That's wrapping right around the limbic system, and the limbic system is where all your emotions are stored, all your memories. That is the fight, flight, or freeze center of the brain. So anytime you are noticing that you're not being able to function, anytime that you're noticing that you're not acting like the person that you thought you were going to be for the day when you woke up in the morning, anytime you're having a knee-jerk reaction, or maybe you call things triggers, anytime you're having something like that and you'd like to be behaving differently, you can smell an essential oil. And two things, you can be training your brain to take a different response, and you can be helping it lift away from where it is that you're in that fight, flight, or freeze, instead of being up in your cerebral cortex. Remember, when we go back here, we've got the whole brain. We want to be able to be up in here, to be able to be thinking. Because if we're always here, it's always just reacting. But if we can get ourselves to come up to here, then we can think and we can make clear, resourceful decisions, right? Okay, so this gives you a little bit more information about that, how this is like a tiny control center in your brain. The other part of what happens with this is these little stress hormones are sent out. One of the side effects of these stress hormones is, well, they're listed here: the irritability, the anxiety or the depression, headaches, insomnia, poor immune function, increased blood pressure. One of the things that happens from this response is cortisol. Cortisol can result in adrenal fatigue. It can end up in weight gain, especially around the middle, right? It can imbalance your hormones then. Like, it's all connected. All the highways, all the systems are all connected, right? So many times we don't even realize that we're constantly having these signals being sent out from our brain. It's kind of like that frog in the boiling pot of water. Not that I've ever seen this done, but I've heard that if you keep turning it, you put a frog in cold water and you keep turning up the heat, they won't ever jump out. They won't ever realize that it's dangerous. And that same thing can happen with what's going on with our emotions. So it's super important that we take several times a day where we stop, we take a deep breath, pull in the power of the plants, the essential oils, and get that response to ramp. Like, you're up at DEFCON 8 and you want to bring it back down again, right? All right, here is a suggested regimen. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what I do to support my own emotions. Every single evening, I take one of these Serenity soft gels. There's not just essential oils, but also herbal complex in there that helps to support relaxation and sleep. They're not addictive. They help me to turn my brain chatter off. When I first started taking the Serenity soft gels, for the first few nights, I had really vivid dreams. I was like, what is going on? I came to understand that what was happening is I'm always having vivid dreams, always, but because I hadn't been getting enough deep sleep, I was having more periods where I was coming in and out of that deep, deep sleep, and I had parts where I was remembering. So then as I keep taking the Serenity soft gels, and this, I've seen it time and time again with the different people that I help, make it part of your routine, and those vivid dreams will go away because you'll be spending more of your time down in that deep sleep where you're getting the sleep that you need. I also take the Copaiba soft gels. I have a lot of people that take one in the morning and one at night. I have other people, they prefer to take it in the morning if they feel like they've got more racing thoughts in the morning. But I personally take it at night, which is no right or wrong. That's just what works with my body. And then the adaptive soft gels that you see over here in this alternate nightly regimen, I actually take my adaptive soft gel in the morning. So I take the Serenity soft gel at night, the Adaptive soft gel in the morning. The Adaptive has essential oils, and it also has ahi seed oil, which is one of the highest omega oils that there is that we can get. It's very concentrated. It's just like brain food. It is so good for calming and soothing. And there's a very small amount of GABA. And we'll talk a little bit about brain chemistry in just a second too. So taking that regularly helps with those anxious feelings, right? I have so many people that this particular product has been such a game changer in their lives and in their teenagers' lives as well. So for me, I take that every morning. And then the Yarrow Palm capsule, I also take that in the morning. I find that that helps support my brain function during the day as I'm trying to get things done in the daytime. And then this also shows taking that Copaiba soft gel at nighttime. So this is just a suggestion. Whoever it is that's teaching you about doTERRA's essential oils, if it's not me, they are going to have some suggestions too on a good regimen for you. And again, it's one of the benefits of being connected up with one of our eoLIFE experts is you get to have those wellness consults and they help you lay out a plan for you, right? Okay, here is an amazing roller bottle that is one of my favorites. So when it says to combine 20 drops into a roller bottle, and I know sometimes brand new people are like, what's a roller bottle? Well, you can get a 10 ml glass bottle that has a roll on the, whoops, there's my camera, on the top, right? And so like you can get these off of, well, who knows who's delivering right now or who's open, but this class will be up for a long time. But normally we can get these from aromatools.com, eoLIFE.com, or off of Amazon. doTERRA even has ones inside of your cart. You can order them in your cart. I think it's a package of 6, and then it just comes right with your order. And that's actually the handiest way, and doTERRA is still delivering, so that's a good choice. But this is one of my favorites for sleep. I put this all together in a roller bottle. You combine the 20 drops of each in there and then top the rest off with coconut oil. So it is a strong roller bottle, but most people who are ever having trouble sleeping, they need something with a little punch to it, right? And I'll put it on my wrists. I'll put it behind my ears. I'll smell a little bit. The bottoms of the feet are a really good place to put essential oils because it soaks right into the bloodstream. I even have people that they like to put it on their fingertips, and then they'll just kind of brush their fingertips on their pillowcase. So then it's there on their pillowcase. So this is one of my favorites. Okay, we are going to talk about a couple different systems doTERRA has, and I'm going to do it quickly. doTERRA has 4 original mood management oils. A lot of times people are like, well, what's the difference between these and these? These are the original 4: Serenity, Citrus Bliss, Balance, and Elevation. And this is how we used to always teach managing emotions. Was, do you need to have more calming? Then you're going to reach for your Serenity. Do you need more grounding? You're going to reach for your Balance. Do you need calming and grounding? You're going to mix half and half, Serenity and Balance. Put those together in a roller bottle. It's actually one of my favorite blends too. Really good for kids that are starting to just stress out, right? So these are the 4 original ones. They all come in 15 ml bottles, and they are powerful. They're powerful blends, and they're favorites. Every single one of these can be used even as a perfume or on your hand, like I talked about before, or in your diffuser. And they are some of our oldies but goodies, right? This tells you about the adaptive system a little bit more. It comes with the soft gels, it comes with a 10 ml roll-on, and also a 15 ml that is not diluted. The 10 ml roll-on is diluted. Each of these things can be bought individually too, or you can get the collection all together. I usually recommend that when people start with the adaptive, that they get the collection all together, because there's going to be times when you want to diffuse, there's going to be times when you want to carry your roll-on around, then you can start taking your 1 capsule every single day. But they won't all run out at the same time. You'll find that you won't need to be buying the 15 ml or the 10 ml, but then you'd be buying your soft gels once a month, because it's a 1-month supply of the soft gels. Here are some more of my favorite diffuser recipes. This is in the handout. If you've already filled out the form and put your email in, you'll get the diffuser recipes in there. I like to help people understand if you already have a doTERRA account and you're like, what would be really good things to put on my next loyalty rewards order? Then this is just a suggestion, right? This would get you to over that 125 PV. And as you guys that already have accounts know, if your loyalty rewards order is 125 PV or higher and it runs on or before the 15th of the month, then you get a free oil of the month. So if you're trying to plan out what you're going to do in April, then maybe take a picture of this because this might be a good suggestion for you. This is where we're going to talk a little bit about Symphony of the Cells. Symphony of the Cells is an essential oil application where you put the oils up and down the spine of the person that you're supporting. You can see these little symbols where it says hand, nose, back, feet. I'll tell you what, you guys, I simplify it even more, and I don't think that Boyd Truman, who's the developer, would mind at all, because he basically is like, you need to get the oils on people, and it can't be complicated. The oils have such power, and we don't want them to feel like, oh, am I doing it right? So honestly, I line all the oils up in a line, and whoever I'm giving the Symphony of the Cells treatment to is laying on their stomach, just their back needs to be exposed. And I just put the oils on in order, and I'll spread it out on their spine and then just kind of rub it in. I let them smell my hand with the oil on there, and then I'll take what's left and put it on the bottoms of their feet. And then I just get the next oil, and I just repeat the same process. So I'm sure there are benefits to following it exactly like he says, but we have seen amazing things, particularly with this amoebic Symphony of Cells spinal technique. The connection that happens between you and the person, especially now when we're being physically separated from people that we care about, right? In our own home, every single evening as Noah is getting into bed, he's asking me, Mom, will you put oils on my spine? So we just have a few of the favorites that are good for him right there on his headboard. And so basically every single night he's getting a simplified Symphony of the Cells application, right? If you're really interested in learning more, you can go to Symphony of the Cells website, and you see this book that's pictured on the side. And honestly, anyone just with the book, you can open it up, you can see exactly what to do, you can follow the diagrams. And there's, I think, 14 different protocols, all different targeted support, right? This is just the one I recommend for stress and for sleep and for emotions. Now, let's say you're looking at this and you're like, Rosie, I don't have all those things. And what the heck is the centering blend? The centering blend is one of the oils that's in the yoga collection. And that is, oh gosh, someone's going to have to help me. Align. That's Align is the centering blend. And then if you don't have all these, just do it with what you have. And then you can build your collection and add to it for later. Because doing something is better than not doing anything at all, right? So just do it with what you have. Oh, blank slide. Okay, so this is where I want you guys to write down on your own papers. You don't have to put it in the chat. What are 3 things that you're concerned about right now, right? Because it's important, just the way we learn as adults, it's important for you to capture this right now, because then as you, like if you're one of the people I personally support, you reach out to me later on, you've got it captured so that I can help you know what it is you want to get on your next order or what it is you want me to explain to you, right? And for those of you that someone else is teaching you, the same thing. It's important that you write it down so that then when you reach out to the person who's teaching you, that you'll remember. It's not like, oh, well, it was blue, and I think you're supposed to take it for stress, but I don't remember the name. So write down the top 3 things that have come to your mind as I've been going through this. And I'm going to run through a couple other things before we wrap up. This is another huge piece of shifts in my own emotional wellness and balancing my own emotions and all those other things that are connected, right? Like the adrenals, like the cortisol, like my hormones, all the other pieces that are included. The Lifelong Vitality Pack is whole food nutrition. So again, your body actually absorbs it. It knows what to do with it. I notice a difference when I don't remember to get full dose of the Lifelong Vitality Pack in. I have been taking Lifelong Vitality Pack now since 2011. Before, when I coached people as a health coach, we would literally, they'd end up with a whole box of supplements to get what they're getting from these 3 bottles right here. And it would cost them hundreds of dollars per month, as opposed to this comes in at more like around $75, $79 a month, I think it is. So the value is massive. It's actually it's the only product we've got 100% money back guarantee. So if you took a whole month of it and you're like, nope. And honestly, I've never had that happen in the 9 years I've been coaching people with this product. So why is this so foundational to your emotional wellness? Because nutrition matters, and the food that we have access to today, even if you're buying the cleanest that you can, doesn't have the same nutritional value as food did decades ago. It's different. It's changed. And we're also exposed to a lot more in our environment, not just physically, but also emotionally, and also like from the energy from all the electronics around us and all these different things. The Lifelong Vitality Pack is going to support not just your physical body, but it's going to support your brain. It has been formulated to help reduce inflammation. And if you want to help your body stay on top of anything that might be coming at it, keeping inflammation down is one of the #1 ways to do that. So when you're talking about using essential oils in your life and using natural solutions, all I really want you to pay attention to on this little slide are the 2 triangles. When we are talking about using natural solutions, you're talking about looking for the root cause, and you're looking to set up wellness routines or habits. And it's through those small habits that you have these major shifts. Like, we don't lose a bunch of weight just from having a salad one day. But if you can integrate healthy habits into your daily routines, you see massive shifts. Now, again, that modern approach, the big guns, it's more like, here's a symptom, here's a solution, here's a symptom, here's a solution, and it's chasing symptoms. And there are times, like I said, that big guns are needed, but at least 80% of the time, I'm able to manage in our own home and with the people that I help coach, that they're using natural solutions and going for that root cause to have the shifts happen in their life. All right, so this is an extra slide. So we'll get that out next time before I do this. This is where, again, just reminding you to reach out to that person who's helping you so they can help you line up suggestions with those health concerns that you have. All right, here's that information again. Go to that bit.ly link, eoLIFE class bonus, put your email in there, and that's gonna get you all the handouts that are for tonight. I am going to back up for a quick second. You know, I bet that's what's supposed to be right here because it's not here. So I'm going to unshare for a moment just so I can talk to you guys and share a little bit about brain chemistry. So one of the things that we don't do is we don't treat, diagnose, or prescribe. And yet it's true that our mind, our brain, and our emotions, there are times when people are genuinely hostage to their brain chemistry. And there are things that can be supported with foods, and there are things that can be supported with essential oils. And so we're kind of like off script here. But this is information that's helped me so much, so I want to pass it on to you guys, okay? So there's a lot of different types of neurotransmitters. I am not an expert. I just have worked a lot with people who've dealt with trauma, with addiction, particularly women who, like, you look at them and they've got their life all together and they just are amazing, all the things they get done. And then really they're just fighting some inner demons, right? And so by helping them dive into different things and just doing study on my own and through the health coach certification that I've done, this is where I picked up this information. So if you find you're someone who's kind of melancholy, you're feeling bluesy, maybe you're having some like afternoon or evening food cravings, insomnia or disturbed sleep, like these are all possible signs that your serotonin might be low. Now, honestly, with what we've all got going on in the world right now, probably most people's serotonin's a little low because there's just a lot of stuff going on. That worry, that anxiety, being worried about the future kind of a thing, right? So some of the things that can help to raise up your serotonin is basil is a really good one for helping to raise up your serotonin. And you're going to hear this a whole bunch, but the citrus oils are good for this too. So like bergamot, the elevation blend that I showed you guys earlier. There's one in the emotions set that's called cheer. Melissa is very good for raising up your serotonin also. And also ylang ylang, believe it or not, is really good for helping to raise up serotonin too. And you're just gonna have to take notes. You guys, I don't really have this formally, it's just like on a white sheet. Another area of brain chemistry is your catecholamines. So this is adrenaline, dopamine, and norepinephrine. And this is more like apathetic, just like lack of energy, lack of drive, no motivation. It can show itself also in someone that maybe has lack of focus. Maybe they've even thought or been told they have ADD or ADHD. And the things that can help with this are full spectrum amino acids. So like if you're looking at foods to eat, then you're going to want to get those full spectrum amino acids. And what's going to help as far as essential oils is frankincense, lemongrass, rosemary. Rosemary is one of those ones that you could almost use it for any of them. Basil, again, shows up on this list. And then lemon or wild orange are also good ones for raising those up, right? If you have low GABA, then a good solution for that is the adaptive soft gels, right? This is if you have tension, stiff or tense muscles, you're stressed or you feel burned out or like overstretched, right? You have a lot of mental chatter, like a lot of things going on in your mind. It's hard to turn that off or turn that down. Or you're a little more reactive than you want to be, kind of a little more high strung than what you want to be. Then those can be signs of GABA being a little bit low or you need some extra support there. So here's some good supports for this. The Aromatouch blend is really good. The adaptive system, like I already talked about, superb. The grounding blend, which is going to be your balance, and it's also going to be that centering blend that's in the yoga collection. And when you're looking at the 6 essential emotional aromatherapy support blends, you're looking at the console, and you're also looking at the peace are going to be helpful here. And so those are like the main areas that I see people can get additional support with the essential oils. I personally put 3 drops of rosemary and 2 drops of basil in a capsule every day, and I take that in the morning too, just to help keep everything calm. Okay, let me go back to the screen share really fast. Isn't this fun, you guys? I think it's fun. Let me go back to this. And, oh, it lost where we were. Maybe. Ha, I got it. Okay. So if you haven't, and hang on if you already know this information, because at the end I'll turn off the recording, we'll just do Q&A and I'll answer your questions, okay? If you don't already have an account with doTERRA, there's 3 ways to purchase. There's retail, it's the most expensive way, and really the only people that do that is like if you walk in a chiropractor's office or something and they've got it for sale there. The next way is wholesale, and it's just like Costco, you get 25% below retail. This is how a lot of our people purchase. This doesn't mean you're going to sell. They have 2 different kinds of accounts. There's a wholesale membership and there's a distributor account. And then the third way is basically below wholesale, because you have your wholesale account and then you're also ordering through what we call our loyalty rewards program, which gets you points back each month, and those points spend just like dollars, and the percentage that you get back goes up every single month. So again, I'm not going to like get into a lot of the details. Just don't be afraid of it. You have complete control over it. This is the smartest way to buy, because you can change your order, you can change what you're getting, you can change the amount. It doesn't have to be a certain amount just to stay in the program. There's just different levels of rewards depending on what you spend each month. So have the person that's been teaching you about doTERRA explain this to you, because it's the smartest way to get your oils. I basically get all of my oils and doTERRA products at a 55% discount because I have my 25% off, and then I get 30% back in points. So all the stuff that comes into my house, I'm getting 55% off of everything that comes into my house. Okay, so there's the 3 different ways. And remember, we've got these 3 cool ways, 3 cool things about essential oils. You guys know the 3 different ways to use them, and now you know the 3 different ways that people purchase. If you do not already have a doTERRA account, you can spend $35 and you can, you know, put a couple things in the cart, and that $35 gets you that 25% off for a whole year. This is another way to go below wholesale, is to get a collection. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down with people. We've added up, if they did the $35 and bought these handful of things that stood out to them, and or if they looked at a collection that had those things in it, the collections always end up getting you more in your hands for the same amount of money. So again, you're starting out at below wholesale. And with the collections, that $35 fee is rolled right in. So I'm going to go really quickly through some of the different choices, but honestly, your eoLIFE expert is going to be the one that will help you get the perfect one for you, right? I just want to make sure you know all your choices. This is the Healthy Essentials kit. It does have that adaptive oil, and it also has the copaiba, and it comes with a diffuser, so it's a super great start. This one, all the bottles are 5 ml. See how they're smaller? See, this one, they're all 15 ml. This one, there's 5 ml. So it's the top 10 oils and the Brevi diffuser, which is the one I've got right here in my office. And this one's the Healthy Start collection. And then there's the Healthy Habits kit. All the people that I personally coach for wellness coaching, I have them start with this collection. You get 5 oils in your hands to start using for emotional support. We've got digestive enzymes, so we can get all those extra proteins out of the gut. Got a really good probiotic to support not just your immune system, but your brain function and everything. And you get started on that lifelong vitality pack so that you're really getting all the nutrients you need. Just right now only, because doTERRA's On Guard products have been so popular, this collection is usually only available to people who are already on loyalty rewards. But right now, doTERRA is allowing people to put the $35 membership fee like into their enrollment cart, and they're setting up their wholesale membership, and then add this collection to it, because these kits were already all put together. So even though like I can't log on to doTERRA right now and purchase On Guard soft gels on their own because they happen to be out of stock right now, I could purchase this kit, and then I could get sanitizing spray, the soft gels. And again, everything here is for your immune system, and that Breathe blend in there is going to be great for your respiratory system too. So lucky you guys, just for these last few days of the month, and I've only seen this happen 2 other times in the history of doTERRA, they have put all of these 4 setup kits, these 4 enrollment kits are 20% off. Now, if you already have your doTERRA account, then this discount isn't for you. This discount's only for people who don't already have their accounts. And again, this is a great way to get some of those On Guard products if you look at that Natural Solutions collection and the Healthy Home collection, right? Okay, the emotions oils. So you guys that are still sticking with me, tell me in the comments, which is your favorite emotion oil and why? I'm going to tell you what my favorite one is. Well, it's my favorite too. I love the Cheer blend and the Motivate blend. I take those 2 together and I'll put 3 drops of each in my diffuser, and it is my daytime get stuff done and help everybody wake up in the morning blend. I love that one. The Forgive blend is one that I like to use different times when I might be feeling a little bit disappointed. I need some centering or some grounding. And that Console blend is one that I will also use at night. I'll either use the Serenity or I'll use the Console. This is a beautiful set of emotional aromatherapy oils. It can be a beautiful gift for somebody if you know someone that's struggling right now. Each of the oils is available individually too. So whether you already have an account or maybe one of them looks attractive to you and you don't have one yet, you can add single things on. This gives you a little bit of an idea of what these blends are set up to do. When you get the collection in the box, you get this wheel in there too, and it helps you to identify, or the person you gift it to, if I'm feeling this, then this is going to be a good oil to reach for. If I'm feeling like sad, then this is going to be a good oil to reach for. So you can see here how that wheel all fits together with the essential oils. And I cannot tell you how many times I've had one of these with me. I've come across somebody that's been having a hard day, and I've just been able to help them out by sharing just some drops of the oil that I had with me, and it's had a huge, huge impact. I remember when this first came out, our son had a friend whose dad passed away suddenly, and I was really torn because I kept feeling this prompting to console to the mom, and yet I didn't want her to think I was, like trying to make her have doTERRA's essential oils or anything. But I followed my heart anyway, and I went ahead and dropped off that console with a little note and left it on her porch, and I just got the most touching text back from her about how much that meant to her, that I brought her that, and what a great support it was being, not just to her, but also to their kids, right? So again, these are powerful oils, and I love them. So last but not least, if you don't already have your account with doTERRA, you can have a chance to get some free oils too. There's a special where if you set up your wholesale account with at least 100 PV, you get a free citrus bliss. And if you set it up with at least 300 PV, and that PV just stands for the wholesale value, then you get a free citrus bliss and a free adaptive. Now, if you're wondering how to get this, there are a few of us that are eoLIFE experts that are doing what's called Diamond Club. It's a leadership development program where you help teach and train for other people. And don't worry about it. Just like reach out to me, reach out to who invited you to watch the class. We'll make sure that you get somebody's Diamond Club promo that makes it so that you can get these free oils if you're setting up your account. You'll still be connected to your friend. The Diamond Club person is just being trained through doTERRA basically to help in a leadership role, and it makes it so that you can get free oils. So one of those is the Citrus Bliss. Here's another sheet about the balance we talked about earlier. Again, this is another benefit of being connected into our team, is education like this that can come to you in your email. I know that I've taken a bunch of these and printed them and put them in a notebook because I love to just be able to refer to them. So we found there's 3 kinds of people who like to live the wellness lifestyle. There are those that they want the oils for themselves and for their family. There's those that they want to share with others and maybe even get their products paid for. And then there's those that want to build and be able to make an income with their doTERRA. Now, I did not set out to build a network marketing business, although we've been really successful. We've been able to create a life that we love where we can do humanitarian work and give back in ways that we never imagined. So I think it's important to state that because I started out with someone who's getting products for myself. And then I couldn't help but share with some friends. And then over time, because of how much I saw it help people, then I was able to build a great business. So if that's something that you're interested in, reach out to me. I can help connect you up with whoever it is that is teaching about building a business that's connected to you. Reach out to the person that invited you and let them know what it is that you're thinking. I've had so many people in this last couple of weeks that they're like, I really love these oils. Could I share them with people and get my products paid for too? Or, oh, we've got this that's shifting in our world right now. I've been thinking about starting another business. Can I learn about that? So just because you reach out to somebody and ask them questions, don't worry. We are about health and wellness first, and we know how to help you build a business too if that's what you want to do. So just because you reach out to ask questions, it doesn't mean somebody's going to be like, oh, it's all about what you want. It's creating what you want for you, right? Okay, so next steps You get your oils, you set up your account, you then get to have a wellness consult, you have free continuing ed, like this class is one of them. We have an oil camp. If you haven't been to oil camp yet, reach out to whoever it is that helped you set up your doTERRA account. Let's get you into oil camp. And then we also have our Facebook support group, which is eoLIFE Hub. And these actually I thought were hidden, so let's flip through these super fast. There we go. So next week we have Gail Wheeler. She's going to be presenting about addiction support and essential oils. Gail has worked in that arena for quite a while, running women's support groups, and she has her own personal experience within her own family and community as well, and the knowledge she has to share with you is just incredible. Now, if you're wondering what happened to essential oils unplugged, we are making a shift. So I'll change what happens with the Zoom registration for those of you that have been part of that for a while. We're now going to be doing these water coolers, virtual water coolers on Friday mornings from 10 to 10:30 Pacific. So that's 11 Mountain Time. And we did this before and it was really successful. It's informal. We just jump on and connect and share about what's working, answer people's questions. If you've had something pop up physically or emotionally and you're wondering, hey, I've got these oils on hands, what can I use? There's always going to be a few eoLIFE experts there and lots of other people that are just oil lovers. And it's for people to learn and feel connected, and it's not recorded. So whatever what happens in eoLIFE water cooler stays in eoLIFE water cooler, right? So we're bringing the water cooler back, and we hope to see you guys there. All right, here's that bonus again, and I'm going to check questions really quick. Make sure that I want to leave this up long enough though before I do that, in case you still need to be able to enter while it's live. Just go to this bit.ly link, right? Ooh, can I copy that? Oh, I guess not. That would have been good. Oh, here's the goodies. Those are the goodies you'll get, you guys. Don't those look great? I thought I could copy it and put it in the chat, but that's not going to work. I will put it in the, oh no, it's only for live. See, I'm so used to, there we go. So now we're to the questions part. I am going to take a look at this chat. It'll let me. And then I'll check on Facebook too. And hey, for those of you that catch the recording later, thanks for joining. I know many of you will see it in eoLIFE Hub. So if you're on Zoom or you're live right now in eoLIFE Hub, just stay put. But I'm going to stop the recording for people that are watching it later on.